Oh, come on. Look at that thing. Beautiful. There you go. Look at that. All from a tin and some smash. I don't think there's any excuse that anybody can't eat quite decently, actually. That looks sensational. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're making a cottage pie from a tin. That's it. You know, one of those recipes where it's good to know. You know, you're not going to starve if you don't have anything in. If you've got a tin of minced beef and onions or whatever you want to use, you know, you can even use chicken soup with chicken bits in, whatever. You can still make a meal. The idea of this is to make a quick meal so you don't go hungry. Easy, no cook, for all those who are on their own. It's easy to come together, really easy. And we've got some smashed, or whatever they call them, potato flakes. We're not even using real potatoes, peeling, boiling, blah, blah, blah. We're going to use those potato flakes. We're going to use that can. We're going to chuck in some frozen peas, and we're going to add a few little extras to this, and we're going to put a proper cottage pie on this table. Come on. So we want a little flame on here, and we want to go in here with some butter. We're going to put about that much. Not too high, we don't want to burn anything. We want to turn this tin into a really nice meal. So we've got a nice little bit of butter going on there. We don't need it too high. And we're going in there with our tin of mince. Our tin of mince and onion. There you go. Straightforward as that. Get all those bits out of there, look. Stir it in with that butter. We want about 2 minutes just to warm this, okay? Warm it all the way through. So we have a nice gravy going on there as well, look. Just going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste, tomato puree in there. We're going to build this into a decent flavoured dish. The normal style dish that you would eat. So let's have that stirred in. And we're going to cook this for about a minute with this in here. And what about a pinch of dried thyme? Give it that classic flavour. We can have a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to give that a stir through, come on. Now, you could really start a roux off with this actually. But what we're going to do is just put the flour in here. Got a little bit of a thickener going on in there. Now don't worry, it will cook in. Just stir it through. I'm going to be adding some beef broth. Made out of a stock cube or powder, entirely up to you. Just get it in there. Nice little stir through. Now I'm going in here with some frozen peas just to put something in there. You can use mixed veg. You don't have to use any veg, to be honest. You could just have this and put the veg on the side. There you go, we've got that going on. You want your oven on today about 200 degrees. Thereabouts. There we go, we're getting a nice thick now. That flour's cooked in there. starting to thicken up beautifully. We're just going to add a little splash of Worcester sauce. And we're going to pep it up with just a little bit of Marmite. Now, if you don't have Marmite, use Vegemite. If you don't have either, don't use it. In there. Delicious. Just bring that in. Look at that, we've got a fantastic full-bodied base going on there, look. That looks sensational. That is flame off. That is done. So we'll just put that to one side. And we'll make up the mash. Okay, in there with some boiling water. And we want to be giving it a stir in. Come on. Want to be going in there with some butter. We're making mashed potatoes, aren't we? About a tablespoon and a half. A little bit of white pepper. And we want a little bit of milk. A touch of salt. And come on, let's have that in there. Just leave it a little minute and then we'll give it a little fluff. Okay, come on, let's just give that a little fluffing up. That looks like some pretty good mashed potato to me. That'll do. Right, grab yourself a tub or whatever you're going to cook it in, a little tray, a glass tray or a glass dish or one of these dishes, any dish, whatever you can fit that in there. Grab a tray, put that on there. So you guessed it, it's pretty much get our meat mix in there. Just have that laid out a little bit in there. We've got a nice thick gravy going on there. Look, can you see that? Oh yeah, that is very tasty. Right, we want our mash over there. Of course we do, come on. And then we just want to put our mash on the best we can. I've got two forks here, look, just so I can pull it apart. Now that should give us some nice crusty peaks on there, look. Fabulous. A little bit of cheese for extra. And it's not much, it's just to turn this into something really nice flavoured, you know. And that goes in the oven. It's as easy as that, look. You know, not even 10 minutes to put that together. And you're going to get a meal on the table in another 20. Okay, straight in the oven for 20. Okay, we've had 20 minutes, we can get that out of there. Look at that. Oh, that looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. Bubbling goodness right there. A little bit of crispiness on there. Oh, that's sensational. Come on, let's let it have 5 minutes and we'll serve it up. Come on, I don't think we've got to wait 5 minutes, do you? How much do you want? That much. Let's get in there. There's two really good portions there, look, and probably more actually. That looks superb. In here. In here. We want that. Oh yes we do. Up here, come on. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Look at that thing. Beautiful. There you go, look at that. All from a tin and some smash. I don't think there's any excuse that anybody can't eat quite decently, actually. That looks sensational. Come on. Favourite bit in here. Let's taste some of this meat sauce. Look how stodgy that is. Look at that. That is quality. That is really, really good. That is sensational. From a tin, mixed up with a little add-ons. Oh yeah. And we've got some of this mash in here with that little bit of cheese on there, look. Oh, come on. We're in. You can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference without boiling up all the potatoes and everything. That is sensational. That is a fantastic easy meal. Anybody can put that on the table. You ain't going to starve if you've got a tin of mince and some potato flakes. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously nothing beats making it from scratch, as we all know, but that is sensational. Serve it with some extra veggies, anything. Oh, it's delicious. It is absolutely fantastic. Come on, you know, if you can't cook, you can put that on the table and no one will have a clue. Fabulous. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends, tell them how easy they can put a meal on the table. Really easy. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video. That is fabulous.